Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Jane Lawrence and I come with a lot of juicy content. On today's episode, I will be reacting to this particular video that I saw on Instagram. And it's quite funny because it's quite funny when I see men lay the blame on women not coming or not orgasming during intercourse. Now, take a look at this video. And when I come back, we will talk some more about it.
70% of women don't have a release during intercourse. And the 30% are probably faking it. And the ones who actually enjoy sex typically were touched as a child and they were introduced to it very early. So 99.9% of women are not even being pleased sexually by a man. And that's the only thing that a man wants. And then when a woman actually will feel better having conversation for 2 hours with her man, but a man don't want to talk 2 hours because he'd rather be on the Xbox or the PlayStation or watching the game. And so this was the realization from being a dog, from being a serial cheater. When I had my run-in with Jesus on the road to Damascus, this is what he showed me, that you ain't God's gift to women. You a curse to women.
Now, listen, it's quite funny, his statistics. I don't know where he got his facts from, but they're totally wrong. Now, one of the reasons why women don't come is because men don't take their time to love upon these women. Men don't take their time to study a woman's body and understand that there is something called an orgasm gap. An orgasm gap is when the time frame for which a man reaches his climax or orgasms and the time frame for which a woman orgasms is quite different. A man tends to come faster than a woman. So if you do not put in the work to make her come closer to orgasm, there is no way that she would orgasm at all. And then you end up blaming her for not reaching her orgasm because you weren't even patient. You didn't even have the self-control to hold your urge to come. Most guys can't control their urge. And that's why I always advise that you learn how to edge. If you understand the art of edging, you will be able to apply it in such a way that you bridge the gap between you and your woman, because it takes a longer period of time for a woman to orgasm. Now, assuming a man takes like 2 minutes or 1 minute for a man to orgasm, it might take 10, 20 minutes for a woman to orgasm. And that's why you need to put in the work. Now, God made our bodies in such a way that it seems as if our erogenous zones are buried inside of us. Like you have the G-spot 3 inches in. For some women it could be 2, for some women it could be, I don't know, but it's like 3 inches in. You also have the cervix spot, that's the C spot. You have the A spot, that's between the cervix and the where is that? And the bladder, right? So God just made our erogenous spots like a hidden treasure. You have to dig in to figure out where those treasures are. You figure it out and you don't just dig in a hurry. That's the problem. Men, you've got to learn how to take your time and make your woman come. Play her body like a guitar. Do not rush upon it. Her body is sensitive. So the lighter you go on her, the more she's better able to reach her climax. Well, it depends on different kind of women. Some women might just want it harder. Some women might just want it softer. But that's in terms of you thrusting. Now, but when it comes to you playing with the clitoris or, sucking her boobs and all of that, you have to be light on it. The lighter your touch, the more aroused she will get. Okay? And the funny thing is that most of these men don't really even know the woman's anatomy. They've not taken out time to study the woman's anatomy. You have it at the back of your mind that all you need to do is thrust 1, 2, 3, 4, And when you're close by, she should be close by as well. It doesn't work that way. All right? You need to take out time to hit the right spot, right? Get the angles right. And also have it at the back of your mind that consistency and rhythm are the two things that get anyone off, whether it be it a woman or a man. Consistency and rhythm, most especially the woman. So if she likes it in a particular way, like if she likes your strokes, your thrust in a particular way, in a particular pattern, you would have to give her that pattern, and you have to stay consistently on that pattern. So that pattern is the rhythm, right? So probably she likes you twisting your joystick in her juicy pot, and maybe that gets her off. You would have to stay consistently twisting in that pattern until she comes. All right? Now, if you go down on her and she likes you to wiggle your tongue in a circular motion on her powerhouse, then you will have to go down on her, wiggle your tongue in that circular motion until she comes. By the time you wiggle your tongue in a circular motion and then you try to change it and you start wiggling in from side to side, you would make her lose the concentration. Let me tell you something. One of the reasons women cannot come is first because they lose touch with the pattern that you're giving to them. Immediately they see that there is a change in pattern, they would lose that focus. Now, sex is all about mind. It's all about zoning into your mind and feeling the intensity of whatever pressure that you're getting from your partner's play on either parts of your body or whatever parts of your body. So once a pattern is changed, especially if she likes it maybe in a circular motion, once the pattern is changed to another pattern, you're taking her either to ground zero, or she would have to refocus her mind to getting the sensation she was used to when you were doing that circular pattern with your tongue on her powerhouse. Do you understand what I mean? That's why I said that you have to figure out what gets her, what pattern she likes, what stroke she likes, and then stay consistently on that. Figure out where her G spot is. Figure out where the A spot is, and figure out where the C spot is. Just figure out where her erogenous spots are, and it's easy to get her off. Easy to get her off. It's not that hard to get her off, especially when you know your woman's body. It will be pretty much difficult for a man who doesn't know the terrain of his woman's body, to get her off, because you don't know. You've not taken out time to study this woman. You've not taken out time to understand what gets her off. It's easy for men to get off. So because you know that it's easy for you to get off, then what you need to do is concentrate more on foreplay. Women are more likely to get off. Women are more likely to climax if you pay so much attention on foreplay. Really good foreplay, really intentional foreplay. Foreplay that comes with love, tender care. Tender loving care. It's tender loving care. TLC. Love, foreplay that comes with TLC. Once you can apply that, you've gotten her. It's just like you guys are not patient enough. So I would encourage men out there to be patient. Take out time from the crown of her head to the sole of her feet. Study her body. Kiss every part of her body. Understand what gets her off. Ask her questions as well. How does she like to be touched? And then take time. If you're going down on her, don't just go down 5 minutes and you're up, you're out. Take time. It doesn't matter whether it's 20 minutes you're down there. Take time to play with a powerhouse with your tongue on her powerhouse consistently, just there, consistently. Whether it's 10 minutes, 20 minutes, take time to play with it with your tongue. Just play with it. And trust me, in no time, you're going to feel her clit pulsate in your mouth. You will feel it jerk, pop, 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 in your mouth. It's work, but if your intention is to please your woman, then that's all you need to do. My problem is that men do not take their time. But women do take their time when they want to go down on you. They take their time. Why can't you take your time when you're going down on your woman? A woman can climax even without you thrusting her. Most women don't even come through thrusting. Half the time they come through foreplay. They come through when you play with their powerhouse more than you thrust. So take out time. Touch her in a very sensual way, not in a rushed way. And don't drag her body. Don't drag her body like, it's a piece of meat. It's not a piece of meat. Don't go down there and you're sucking and you're dragging it, you're pulling it as if it's a piece of meat. It is not. A woman's body is fragile, so you have to handle it with care. Handle it with care. That's the best way that you can get her to climax at any given point in time. When you're taking your time, you're not rushed, you're not being aggressive. Fine, you can be aggressive if you want to thrust and all of that stuff, but I am telling you the fact that the slower, the better. The slower, the better. Do you get what I mean? Because it shows that you're intentional, you're invested in her emotion. Do you get what I mean? You're invested in her emotion. You're invested in her body. You're not there just for your selfish gains, but you're there because you wanted to also feel satisfied as much as you will be satisfied when she eventually climaxes. As a matter of fact, she should climax first before you climax. That's the best advice I can give to you. Make sure that she climaxes first before you climax. That's the only way that she will be satisfied. If she hasn't climaxed, then just know that you haven't done a good job because you've left her empty. You've left her empty, and it's not something to be happy about. It's not something to be proud about. Do you get what I mean? So all those facts that guy gave in that video, they're facts from guys who are not patient, guys who do not even understand a woman's body. I would advise that men should take out time to study, Google, research on how to make a woman come, what makes women come quicker, how to be a better lover, understand a woman's terrain, her body. What are the things that you can do to make her climax really fast? And half the time, some of this work has to be done outside of the bedroom. What are those things you are putting in to that relationship to make her feel safe, secure, emotionally, mentally? Because once a woman is not emotionally secure, if she's not sure about you in that relationship, if her place in that relationship is, a bit threatened or shaken by your activities, then it is more likely for her not to come than for her to. Okay? So half the time, one of the things that would get a woman to come is the things that you do outside of the bedroom. How are you taking care of her? How much communication are you putting into the relationship? Because for women, women are more moved by words, right? How much of good things and sweet things do you tell her? How do you get her emotionally um, vulnerable to you by way of, you talking to her, making her feel special, giving her time and attention? How much of all those do you put into your relationship? Because once a woman feels loved, it's a lot easier for her to take all of the things that you give to her in the bedroom, especially if you put in work and you put in time. Men, I watch some men kiss, and it's terrible how some men don't know how to kiss. And I have a video up here on how to kiss. You have to take your time. You have to take your time, tongue to tongue. Swirl it in. It's powerful. You get any woman, especially when you're bonded together, you get her wet and ready for you. So yeah, that's just basically it. I know it's tough. It's really hard to get women to come, but it's harder when you don't put her needs first before your needs. It's a lot harder. So if you want to get any woman to come, spend ample time on her. And if you're going down on her, make sure that you go down softly. Do not drag it. Do not put so much pressure on her clit, or do not suck her breast so much that it becomes sore. Do you get? Half the time your tongue should be doing the work, not your teeth, not your, I don't know. Your tongue should be doing the work lightly, lightly on her body, because the woman's body is very delicate. Do you get what I mean? Anyways, this is it until I come your way. When I come your way, don't forget that I love you and stay blessed. Mwah.